Daybreak Africa is your one-stop top-notch breakfast show that brings you all the interesting stories happening in and around Africa.
Because we have all the morning essentials,
including the latest news, sports, weather, and events. And of course, the people.
Daybreak Africa on Television Nigerian.
Weekdays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Good morning, Abuja. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Africa. It's another interesting and beautiful outing right here on Television Nigeria, and it's your one-stop breakfast show, Daybreak Africa. My name is Elvis Oga, and I'd like to say a very big thank you for joining us this morning.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us this morning. I'm good. And good morning, Barika Disala or Ed Mubarak. And it's actually a nice one that it's falling on a Friday, so it makes like the weekend we are actually entering the weekend on a very good ride, the Salah period, and everybody's already getting set for the period, saying how many Salah meats they are going to eat. So we said to our Muslim viewers and our Muslim brothers and sisters, Eid Mubarak, Happy Salah. Hope you enjoy your day, and then the blessings that accompany the Salah celebration be part of you and your home.
You know, it's serious business when you start seeing faces that are not regular on set come on set. So we have Victor this morning. Victor, good to have you.
Thank you, Elvis.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to you too.
All right, a whole lot has actually been happening and away from the Salah festivity. Like yesterday, I was sharing with somebody. I took a step out in the afternoon. I saw that there were a series of traveling happening concerning Salah, and I was wondering, people still travel just for 2 days celebration and all, but like you said, it fell on or it falls on a weekend. So capitalizing on the public holiday being declared by the federal government for yesterday and today, then joining it with Saturday and Sunday, man, it's quite lengthy for them, man.
Yeah, of course.
So saying Happy Salah to our Muslim brothers.
And so it's a journey worth taking that they won't regret.
Wow.
Hopefully.
Okay. Unfortunately, we may not be bold enough to say that it's all good or it's all rosy, because we still have series of growing concern about insecurity in the country. It was in the public glare yesterday, or public domain yesterday, that the convoy of the governor of Borno State was attacked by suspected Boko Haram members, and that's been generating a whole lot of issues and reactions.
Yeah, and the attack actually happened on Thursday, Wednesday actually. Yes, Wednesday. So the attack actually happened on Wednesday, which is like a day before yesterday, and it actually came at a time when this federal government has said that 603 repentant Boko Haram members have been released back into the society after completing their program and all of that. But even aside that, you know, the recent governor came out to basically say that he went to Baga because the army assured him that they have rooted out Boko Haram in that area, and it was to his surprise that his convoy was attacked, that they had to basically run away for their lives to save. It was like that. And it was quite unfortunate that it actually happened to a governor of the state.
No, very, 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 very unfortunate. Governor Zulum is somebody who has actually shown a pragmatic demonstration that he has the interest of the people at heart, taking into consideration his giant stride he's been recording across different sectors in Borno State. And then particularly if you take a look at his speech that he gave after that attack and all, like you said, he said he decided to embark on that trip because the military have assured him that they have gotten rid of Boko Haram elements in that particular part of the town. And that attack actually cut short his planned program because he was supposed to move out from that part of Abaga local government to another side. And he's saying if the military cannot do that alone, he's considering the option of bringing in local hunters to secure the place.
And anyway, yes, that is actually an option as well. But I think he actually said that out of anger and all of that, because we know that we cannot entirely and totally replace the army with
local hunters or
any other. But although you understand that the less than civilian JTF joint tax force you have is mostly comprised of civilians like farmers. I say farmers rather, hunters and
indigenes.
Yeah, indigenes in the area, which have been very instrumental and very helpful to the army in their recent pursuit of Boko Haram. So that's not like, I basically don't know, because every time, you know, there are that assurances, you see the assurances that, or you see signs that the army are winning the war against Boko Haram, and every time they come out, they tell you that Boko Haram has been defeated and all of that, and then all of a sudden they just research and then carry out one brazen attack that makes you begin to question if really these guys have been defeated in any way. And then we also have to look at the fact that this has gone on for years. This is like the 11th year of this insurgency that's been happening, and then it hasn't been quelled. Then we also understand that these were just ragtag people that just came out. How is it possible that they have sustained onslaughts on the Nigerian government, Nigerian people for the past 11 years? And it doesn't seem like it's going to stop anytime soon from the way things are going. How have they been able to do that? How have they been able to survive? The money for weapons, where do they source their weapons from? Because every time you get to even see that the Nigerian army destroy camps, recover weapons, so you have expected that at some point in time they must have run out of and then again, this one, what area of land are they covering that within 11 years our army have not been able to really cover this area to in the lesson pursuit of chasing away this guy? Is it that we have left them at a particular place and then we just wait for them at this other place, waiting for them to come in? Or what? I'm not agree at the war front, so I wouldn't really know what happened. So these questions are just a layman's question of
just normal rhetorics on the minds of every Nigerian out there. Okay, concerning that particular story, you see that the governor was actually very furious when he put out some statistics about a certain number of soldiers, and he was so particular about people that have been displaced by these in terrorist activities or terrorist attack, and he said that these people cannot continue to depend on NGOs and other outlets for their well-being or for their upkeep. And he said he has provided everything for them to go back to their normal livelihoods and all. But with this happening now, are we trying to see maybe a change in step? Because that particular road, like the Baga road, has been closed down for like 2 years, and they were supposed to reopen it after getting all the confidence and all the promise that the Boko Haram are no longer operational, are no longer operating in that particular area, and that came when the governor was at the verge of doing that.
Well, but you can see that's just basically really unfortunate, because to him he thought that with the little number of soldiers present in Baga, that there shouldn't be any Boko Haram member around that area, any kind of Boko Haram attacks, whatever in that area. But unfortunately, it happened, and the man is really. And we have seen that since he came on, like you said, he has been quite passionate about the people, and he has really been kind of less passionate about this whole issue of Boko Haram trying to eradicate. You know, this is not the first time that he's going to have a run-in with the military. First time he did it was when he made them at the checkpoint, and you know, all of that. So. goes on.
Okay, having said all of that, the governor actually made a reference to some areas that he discovered, or he noticed that the military has been doing really well, and he was particular about the commands, but singling out the head, like the commander-in-chief, the person of the president, and the chief of army staff, that they have actually done their really best. But he was looking at the follow-up from the command level and all. And still talking about insecurity in the country, reports were all over the places concerning the killings in southern Kaduna, and then continuous kidnappings along Kaduna Road.
The Abuja Kaduna Road, and then the killings in southern Kaduna.
Yeah.
The thing is, why are these things persistent? That is just what always comes to my mind. Like, why is it always persistent? I think that at a point, the whole thing, what I basically understand it is people profit from this kind of conflict. Whatever it is. So there are people that will want it to continue. I like when you look at the governor of Kaduna State, I will just really want to take him on his own word. Before him and his party came into power, and he said that when you are a chief executive, or you are an executive of the leader of a particular area, the state or country, every day. In fact, he even made reference to himself as that when he was a FCT minister, he knows the kind of security reports he gets every day. Around the situation. So there is nothing that goes on within Abuja that he doesn't know. So if he, as an FCT minister, gets that kind of report, it means that a governor or a president gets more than that. So maybe I'll let you take me on his word that perhaps he also knows the root cause, the major players of this crisis in this Kaduna, since he's the chief executive officer of the state.
Judging by his words.
By his words. So he must know. He must have known these people. He probably knows these people. And then the question the Kaduna people should be asking him: you know these people, why are you not doing anything about them? Because you can't. Every human life is what is worth living for. So you cannot, for the sake of whatever you guys do, where you big men gather around and then allow those who are less fortunate to continue to be killed. They are less fortunate. They are not really doing anybody. They have not joined Boko Haram. They have not carried arms against the state. They are basically living their life. Yet they cannot live their life in peace, in safety, in the lesson of confidence that I could actually go to the farm, come back, I could sleep, wake up without anybody coming to harm me. It's different if they are dead of natural causes and not through violence and all of that.
Okay, I think if we really work with the statement credited to the former FCT minister, who happens to be the incumbent governor of Kaduna State at the moment, and we take into consideration maybe getting reports on a daily from different stakeholders and all, why not go sit on a round table and see how everybody
to the disease. It is not for old people alone. Gargling salt and warm water or chewing garlic and ginger cannot prevent the virus. Drinking alcohol, hot lemon, palm oil or chloroquine will not kill the virus. The virus cannot be transmitted through mosquito bites. Antibiotics do not work against the viruses. Antibiotics work only against bacteria. Boiling pineapple peels, lime, and ginger does not kill the virus. Putting raw onions in rooms will not ward off the virus. Using or spraying Dettol, special oils, and water all over your body cannot kill the virus. There is no scientific evidence that cooking, drinking, or eating any of these is an effective treatment for coronavirus. Do not self-medicate and take responsibility by sharing only verified messages from health authorities such as NCDC, Federal Ministry of Health, and WHO. By sharing only verified messages from health authorities such as NCDC, Federal Ministry of Health, and WHO.
Good morning and welcome to AM News. I am Susan Achin. Nigeria's COVID-19 cases have continued to rise as the Federal Capital Territory FCT on Thursday confirmed 96 fresh cases to top the country's daily infections from the virus.
Lagos State, which is the country's COVID-19 epicenter, trails the FCT with 89 new COVID-19 infections out of the 481 cases reported for the day, according to the latest data from the Nigerian Center for Disease Control and CDC. The new data from the agency equally indicated that Nigeria's total COVID-19 infections now stand at 42,689, with 15 states in the country and the FCT confirming fresh cases from the pandemic. Relief has come the way of a Nigerian mother, Suliyat Tijani, and her quadruplets stranded in a hospital after the Dubai Crown Prince Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum paid their hospital bills. It had been earlier reported on July 19th that Suliyat, 29, had planned to return to Nigeria for delivery since she and her husband Tijani Adigun Shakiru could not afford doing so in the United Arab Emirates. But travel restrictions occasioned by the COVID-19 pandemic left Suliyat, an Oyo State indigene, and her husband with no choice than to do so in the Arab nation. She was to later give birth to quadruplets 2 days before her planned return to Nigeria. Although the Nigerian community in the United Arab Emirates UAE rallied around and paid part of the bills, the Dubai Crown Prince stepped in to foot the medical expenses after the story went viral. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari has commended Nigerians for their patience and understanding over the inconveniences created by precautionary measures put in place to curb the spread of the COVID-19. He also reiterated his call on citizens to continue to exercise patience and understanding over the inconveniences, especially the regulations on places of worship. In his Salah message to Muslims on Thursday, ahead of the Eid al-Kabir celebration, the president said the outbreak of the coronavirus has made it difficult for people to gather in places of worship, as they are used to urging worshippers to abide by the guidelines for safety of their lives and loved ones. And our sports, Nigerian defender Osinachi Ohale has joined Italian side AS Roma for Spanish club Real Madrid. Ohale, 28, has featured for the Super Falcons at 3 World Cups and is the third signing for the Italian team as they prepare for the 2020 to 2021 season. As Roma had already signed Spanish forward Paloma Lazaro, an Italian goalkeeper Rachel Baudi. And that's it on AM News. I am Susan Achin.
To serving you the very best in online and offline television programming. Situated in the serene environment of Guzape, Abuja FCT, TVN, as it is fondly called, caters to a wide variety of audience via carefully orchestrated mind-blowing programs in the areas of fashion, business, politics, entertainment, religion, movies, food and health, culture and lifestyle, events around the globe, sports and foreign news. Whatever your inclination, we've got you completely covered with programs like Issues of the Moment, The Patriot, Daybreak Nigeria, Matter Africa, TVN Business Time, Healthy Living, From the Cradle, Stay Inspired, Entertainment Gist, Movie Hour, Hits Paradise, among others. All designed to keep you thoroughly informed, entertained, at the edge of your seats and yearning for more. A tour around our domain will reveal a highly dedicated staff force and a state-of-the-art facility and equipment for high-definition quality broadcast, making our station your #1 choice in advertising your business and propagating your ideas. We are currently on Nigecomsat doing our test transmission for takeoff in the nearest future. Television Nigerian is located in Nigeria at Television Nigerian House, Guzape Hilltop Mansion, beside Guzape.
This is still Daybreak, Africa on Television Nigeria. Welcome back from the AM News right there. We'll now take you to our next package, which happens to be the newspaper review segment, where we take a look at headlines across national dailies.
Yeah. Exactly. So which one are you starting with?
Okay, I'd like us to begin with the Daily Sun with the following headlines. Just beside the nameplate, APC, Buhari, governors, others mourn Afenifere leader, Fasten Me. And then the banner headline we have from that particular publication reads, Magu, I stepped on powerful toes. Why SANS, bankers, EFCC staff are testifying against me. And then below the picture story is actually about Salah celebration with so many goods and then people or commuters at the park trying to travel. 2023, anger in Southeast over non-zoning claims by Buhari's uncle. You can pick a copy of the Daily Sun newspaper to get the details of this and even many more.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe and we've seen a lot of nice headlines there. Magu saying that he actually stepped on victims. You know, that is the story that almost everybody has actually been trolling, saying that probably he has stepped on toes. And well, but it's still also possible that he did, and it's also still possible that perhaps they had legitimate cause to go after him there.
Okay, let's move on to the Daily Times with the banner headline, alleged $125 million crude oil scam on Settles NNPC. That story can be found on page 2. And I actually got a hold of that story in details, and I was seeing a series of allegations and counter allegations about some people trying to swindle the federal government of the said
48 million barrels.
Yes.
Yeah. So I also took my time to read that, and then it was quite hilarious. Anyway, go ahead. Okay, that's that for the Daily Times.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know if you took your time to go through the letter that was written. I think it was about 25 pages.
Okay, concerning the story.
Yes.
No, I only saw the story. I didn't see the letter.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it was really detailed, and this company that exposed this corruption,
Samona, right?
Yeah, actually later offered to legally buy the products, but they didn't get any reply from the NNPC. Then whether they could go ahead to buy it or not, and then that was like the last they heard from it. But they were still filing for claims that they need to claim their 5% of the worth of the entire 48 million. So I wouldn't know why they were able to do that. But from reading the paper, I didn't really seem like they were those kind of people. How should I say it? But there was just something off about them entirely.
Yes,
that basically
there was really something off, and then NNPC is claiming that these people wanted to scam them, and since they refused to play to their hands, they resorted to blackmailing NNPC with this particular allegation.
We are there.
All right, Nigerians are actually waiting and see how it unfolds. I believe the national dailies will as well go on with the story and see where it leads us to.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, away from that, we take a look at the Punch newspaper with the following headlines. The banner headline we have from there says, Widows, IDPs knock FG over amnesty for Boko Haram fighters. My children are fatherless. Insurgents must be prosecuted, says Borno woman rather. And then I will recruit local hunters to secure Baga if soldiers can't, Zulum says after attack. All right, below the picture story, soldier goes berserk, kills officer, goes berserk, kill officer over frozen salary account. And beside that, Tinubu Dogara 2023 presidential ticket, mere rumor that is coming from Yobe governor. And that's all we have from the Punch newspaper. You can pick a copy of that national daily to get the details of these stories and even more.
Yeah, so actually, like the frontline story, widows IDPs knock federal government over amnesty for Boko Haram fighters. I keep, you know, it is what you say. It's ridiculous. Like sometimes you always want to ask who are the people that actually really even advise the government in matters like this. I don't know what they meant by repentant Boko Haram members, because do these guys actually repent? And then in fact, this senator from Northeast, from Borno as well,
Alin Dume,
actually came out to say that one of the guys that they say is he was repentant Boko Haram, killed his father and made away with his cows and all of that. Now the thing is, this is that, like, in this whole situation, right, about this repentant Boko Haram, that is the height of insensitivity. You know, that is a very rude way of telling the victims of Boko Haram that we don't care, we don't care about you, we don't even know you, we don't even see you. You understand? Because we do not understand how you prioritize the rehabilitation of Boko Haram members over the welfare
of the displaced
people of the victims, not even now displaced, or the victims. When you even go to the story, go to every IDP camp you have in Borno or across the country. Look at the way people are living. You cannot come out and then say, you know, it is very irresponsible of any government at all to come out and say that terrorists that have masterminded killings, mass killings of citizens, that
threaten the sovereignty of the country,
that you are rehabilitating these guys, and then you cut it and then you give them a special treatment. Better, they are living better than the victims, than people who are victims of their own actions. It does not make any single common sense. I wonder what and this is what sometimes I always look at Nigeria and I say, we keep on rewarding bad behavior, and it's the reason why I think sometimes we have even lost that spirit of that nationalism. People no longer think about the country, because at the end of the day, when you are look at the people in the IDPs now. They'll look at their situation and they'll say, but this is the person that made me the way I am.
And he's getting this kind of treatment.
Yes, he's getting 20,000 naira every month. He has been taking through some special programs. Me, what have I gone through? Just move me from my house. You put me here where I have to wash clothes before I feed my children. Where sometimes I have to sleep hungry because I can't get food to eat. And then how do you now begin to explain to these people that the government is for you? You can't really tell these people anything. And then when you even look at the issue when we had militants all over in
the Niger Delta,
blowing up federal government oil installation, kidnapping people, demanding for ransom. At the end of the day, government says you are providing amnesty for these people. All of the big guys that led several different groups that were blowing up pipelines and kidnapping people in Niger Delta, all of them are big men. You can call their name. Government.
Tompolo.
Yes, Tompolo. You talk about aside the Kubo. Talk about these are guys that are not billionaires, and then people who they claim that they were fighting for still live in that abject poverty, still live in that worst condition of oil spill, environment degradation, and all of that. How do you want people, what kind of example are you exactly setting for people to begin to say and say, this is the Nigeria of our dreams, this is the way we want Nigeria to be? So right now, what they're telling people is simply that, look, you can take arms against the state. Nothing is going to happen to you. At the end of the day, we will call you, pat you on the back, and then put some money in your account, and then you become a big man. Go back to wherever you are. You can contest for any election and then win. The same thing happened with bandits. Governments from Northwest all of a sudden started negotiating with them bandits. So you know where they were all the while, and you allowed killings of ordinary people. We are joking in this country, please.
Honestly, like concerning the issue of Boko Haram, yesterday that from part of our major concern for the day, and I was trying to look at, okay, maybe it could be in line with some international best practices, but at the end of the day, we've seen the outcome of it and the end result of it. Is this exactly what we wanted it to be? And just yesterday, I think I saw another statement credited to Senator Shehu Sani when he said, by patting these terrorists at the back, and like there's nothing like repentant terrorists, they will still go.
Absolutely.
They will still go back to the set. Some of them, they use that method as a system of trying to get logistics. Like the issue you made reference to, somebody claimed to be repentant. It would be after passing through the training, and then he was reintegrated back to the society. He came back, killed his father, made away with the whole of things just to go and reinforce. So because by the continuous onslaught being carried out on them by the military. Some of them have actually run out of logistics and so many other things. So they are trying to devise any means possible to see that they have everything at their disposal to continue, excuse me, carrying out their dastardly art, and that's exactly what people are talking about.
And I'll be very interested. I'm very interested to know the programs, right? That what is involved in the de-radicalization of this this militant, because initially when it started, you could say it was an issue of ideology.
Yeah.
And you know, when it's an issue of ideology, you don't win that war by throwing bombs or flying warplanes all over. Whatever it's in the mind, it's in the mind. So I really like to know, but we know that it has actually grown beyond ideology. It's now something. It's now a business enterprise and all of that. So I'd like to know the processes of this whole program that you go through to say you are now certified that you are no longer a Boko Haram member, you are now fit to be in the society, and then they release you back into the society.
All right, let's then move on to the next paper. I think I can see one right on your front already.
Right, and that is the business day here. And the business day here has a major headline that says, Nigerian hospitality industry records worst half year in history with over 50 billion naira losses. Yeah, that story started on the front page and continued on page 30 of the business day. And the picture story there is that of the executive governor of Ogun State and the Speaker House of Reps, Femi Gbajabamila, when he paid the governor a courtesy visit at the State House in Ogun State. Beside the picture story, Ghana's 2.8 billion naira COVID-19 hospital dwarfs Nigeria's 32 billion naira isolation tents. Sorry that I'm laughing, but that is what it is. And that is also continued, and it started on the front page and continued on page 30. And I think that is just much we can take on the front page of the business day, but there are more stories inside the business day newspaper. When you get the paper, you get to read more of it. Yeah. Okay.
Taking a look at that story that actually made you laugh or giggle. I wouldn't know how to put it. Ghana's 2.85 billion naira COVID-19 hospital dwarfs Nigeria's 32 billion naira isolation tents.
Just okay. See, this is something that is not new.
A hospital costs 2.85 billion, but isolation tents cost 32 billion.
This is something that is not that is new to. This is what we have always been. You know, we always inflate our budget, and it's like those in charge of this lesson finances, making of this budget, whatever. It's like they don't have any shred of conscience left in them, because they don't mind overinflating a project by over 1,000% of the original cost, as long as they are not the one footing the bill. They just want to get this money. And we have the Lagos railway that has been taking donkey years to be completed, that has seen 3 different administrations and still yet it basically still not completed. So when you actually calculate how much has been spent, how much this project is worth, I think at a point in time we were looking at the one that was built in Kenya that was a bit longer. Now I've actually forgotten the details, but the backbone of it was that the railway was actually longer than what you have in Lagos, and the cost was less than half of what is being spent in Lagos. So you could just believe that this sort of thing just keep happening. We've had the fuel subsidy era where people were inflating the amount of fuel that they imported. Some people don't even import fuel, but they just make up papers and go there and collect billions of naira and then walk away. The country is a cash cow. I think everybody just basically looking for. Dry. I believe like right now, you could say the patriotic citizens in Nigeria are less than 1% of the entire population. Every other person is just looking for a means to get into that area where they can just cash out. I don't think there's anybody that still has hope in this country. Everybody just looking for the way that, okay, since this is the way things are, let me just get to that place and then cash out. So it is the usual thing you say, turn by turn, eating and all of that. Okay, I think because tents, How could that be? And then someday, sometimes somebody will now want to tell us that we are fighting corruption in this country.
I think that actually places demands on every citizen to see that, okay, they try to make that conscious effort to change the narratives in their own little way, in as much as people might be doing what they feel like, okay, from their own quarters, but please don't get caught in the web. When you say this is more like almost everybody trying to do their own part. I'm hoping that there's this particular story I came across yesterday that has to do with the aviation sector. I hope one of these papers reported, then maybe that could actually buttress your point. Let's take a look at the Nigerian Tribune, and we take the headlines from top to the bottom. Just above the nameplate, NBA set to elect non-SAN president as Akpata opens wide lead over 2 SANs. And that story can be found on page 10 of the Nigerian Tribune. Beside that, Eid el-Kabir, or your open spraying grounds, Ondo bans Eid prayer. And below that, we have FIRS and stands filing deadline by 7 days. Trump suggests delay to 2020 U.S. presidential election. 48 million barrels stolen crude oil. Our story. NNPC. We actually talked about that earlier on. And then the banner headline from the Nigerian Tribune this morning reads, if army can't secure Baga, we will mobilize hunters. That is coming from Borno governor. We will investigate attack on Zulum's convoy, says army. 2 killed, 16 injured at explosion rocks Borno. That can be found on page 5. And then below the picture story, COVID-19, restrictions not punishment. Buhari tells Nigerians at Salah. And then we also have beside that, soldier shoots and then kills officer in Borno. APC rejects creation of 39 new political wards in Akwa Ibom. FG begins move to reduce cost in oil and gas industry. There are other many more headlines and many more stories you can actually get if you pick a copy of the Nigerian Tribune. Which one of them got your attention you want to react to?
Well, I think most importantly, I think everything here we've taken, except for the fact that the NBA being set to elect a non-SAN as President Akpata on the widely. And seriously, the lesson coming into this election, it was quite clear. Yeah. It was quite clear that Akpata was like the favorite candidate of most of the bar, you know. So me saying that he's in a wide lead is not a problem. And then Akpata has actually been a history maker, so he's going to make another history. Probably, hopefully, he will make another history as the first non-SAN lawyer to be president of the Nigerian Bar Association.
I saw the manner the election was conducted, which happens to be online, and then which run for 24 hours. And I think it started on Wednesday around 11 p.m. to end 11 p.m. yesterday. Yes, exactly. And when it was around 7:45, one of the candidates who was actually trailing behind yesterday called for the cancellation and all. But people are saying that's not a spirit of sportsmanship enough.
I think that one way of doing things in this country is once you see that you are basically losing, in order to just save face, you come out and say irregularities, let's cancel this election, so that you have an excuse to give when they ask you, why didn't you win? Anyway, let's move on to the Guardian. Okay. And Guardian says, social food businesses lose 300 billion naira to COVID-19. Thousands lose jobs to pandemic. Hoteliers warn of grave consequences, seek bailout. That's what you'll find on the front page, and it's continued on page 6. Inside, Autumn bars Miyetti Allah's guards in Benue. That story is on page 5. Below the picture story, the picture story there is that of 2 ram for the Salah, locking horns. Below the picture story, be patient, pray. Buhari, Saraki tell Nigerians at Salah. That story is also continued on page 6, and that is much we can take on the front page of the Guardian newspaper.
The Guardian giving a reportage of some naira, billions of naira
being lost to
to COVID-19.
Exactly, because you know things are not basically opening. Hotels, not so many hotels are still functioning, and you know fast food joints more or less the same. Less than fast food joint restaurants and all of that. Some are basically not really open. And I remember that on Friday we thought like the entire Abuja looking for a very convenient place that we could stay. So most people were doing buyout, and takeout instead of sitting. And all of that. And then not a people really want to. Sometimes you go there just to sit and.
A large chunk of the patronage comes from people who actually sit around.
Yeah, exactly.
That they will tell you. People who are into social life will tell you that's the fun of it. I also can just cook at home and then eat at home.
Right.
Okay, let's move on to the next paper we have here, and that is the Nation newspaper. The banner headline we have from the Nation newspaper reads, Governor accuses military of sabotage in convoy attack. Army to probe incident. Soldier shoots dead officer. Blast rock Maiduguri. And then below that, pilgrims observe coronavirus rules at Hajj in Saudi Arabia. And above the nameplate, we have Gowon 6 prayers for Nigerians unity. NBA President Akpata defeat Adesina and Ajibade. NNPC, no stolen crude oil found in China. Ndidi begs fans for Leicester UEFA Champions League miss. Okay, and I think I like to take this concerning the death of the senator, Second Republic Senator Fasami dies at 94. You can do it by picking a copy of the Nation newspaper.
So the last paper for the day will be the Daily Independent newspaper with a major screaming headline here that says Salah, Buhari bemoans inconveniences of COVID-19. And a writer there, article Lawan Gbajabiamila Sanwo-Olu Ugwuanyi urge peace. Story is started on the front page and continued on page 2 of the Daily Independent newspaper. Picture story there, obviously, is that of Iran. It's Salah. I don't know who. How many of my Salah friends are basically keeping around for me, but if they don't, then we are in trouble.
Are you sure they're going to keep around for you? They will keep meat of the ram for you, but they won't keep the ram for you.
Okay, whichever one they do.
You just want something. For
NNPC debunks allegation of selling 48 million barrels of stolen oil. Find that story on page 2 of the Daily Independent. NAPTIP names Captain Hosa Okomba as acting chairman as acting human trafficking hero. Get that on. Oh, sorry, not acting. NAPTIP names Captain Hosa Okombo as anti-human trafficking hero. Find that story on page 26. Below the picture story there, Magu dares accusers over evidence of rerouted funds. That story is continued on page 7 of the Daily Independent newspaper. 1 kid, 16 injured as explosion rocks Maiduguri. And that story is on page 2, and that is the much that we can take on the Daily Independent, and that's also the last paper for the day.
Oh yes, for the want of time, we may not be making reactions to headlines, but very sadly, I came across this report of a twin bomb blast that rocked Maiduguri, barely hours to just the Salah, and it's quite unfortunate. Yesterday when I went out, I saw that there were soldiers at a very strategic position trying to make sure that they check the movement of people around, and people were complaining that this is bringing a hardship on the people. I'll be like, it's better that we experience this hardship than to bear the consequences if these things are not put in place.
Exactly. I agree to that.
Okay, now let's move on to our healthy living decks and see what they have for us. I think we have a tips on healthy eating.
Eating a healthy diet is not about strict limitations, staying unrealistically thin, or depriving yourself of the foods you love. Rather, it's about feeling great, having more energy, improving your health, and boosting your mood. Healthy eating doesn't have to be overcomplicated. If you feel overwhelmed by all the conflicting nutrition and diet advice out there, you're not alone. By using these simple tips, you can cut through the confusion and learn how to create and stick to a tasty, varied, and nutritious diet that is as good for your body as it is for your mind. We all need a balance of protein, fats, carbohydrates, fiber, vitamins, and minerals in our diets to sustain a healthy body by selecting the healthiest options from each category. Protein gives you the energy to get up, and go while also supporting mood and cognitive function. Too much protein can be harmful to people with kidney disease, but many of us need more high-quality protein. Fat. Not all fat is the same. While bad fat can wreck your diet and increase your risk of certain diseases, good fats protect your brain and heart. In fact, healthy fats such as omega-3 are vital to your physical and emotional health. Fiber. Eating foods high in dietary fiber, grains, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and beans can help you stay regular and lower your risk for heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. It can also improve your skin and even help you to lose weight. Calcium, as well as leading to osteoporosis. Not getting enough calcium in your diet can also contribute to anxiety, depression, and sleep difficulties. Carbohydrates are one of your body's main sources of energy, but most should come from complex vegetables, whole grains, fruit rather than sugars and refined carbs. To set yourself up for success, try to keep things simple. Try these simple things. 1. Prepare more of your own meals. 2. Make the right changes when cutting back on unhealthy foods in your diet. 3. Read the labels because it's important to be aware of what's in your food. 4. Focus on how you feel after eating. This will help foster healthy new habits and tastes. 5. Drink plenty of water to flush out your systems of waste products and toxins.
Interesting package right there from our health desk about healthy eating habits. And I saw one particular tip that I love so much, and I'm getting worried for the bachelors out there. Prepare more of your food by yourself, and I'll be like,
well,
why are you laughing?
Yeah, because it's you are pity.
Oh my God. Okay, we now move on to the next package, and that's a strict read on. If you can tell a lie to save your relationship, let's head to the street and see what the people have to say concerning that.
Like there's one of my friends, we met yesterday, she's married. She has been trying to get pregnant and she has not been able to conceive. So she just went to try outside. So I advise her to just try. Let us even know where this problem is coming from. So yes, as at yesterday, she took him. Her husband will not know forever and ever and ever.
Of the lie I told, some of this lie like send me money, I will, or okay, send me your account number. You know you don't have that money at that moment. So later you didn't say it, so that was just very common.
Like several places I go to that I don't want him to know. For him, I don't really know. He doesn't lie to me. He say everything about him. Even if he go out with another girl, he will tell me.
Huh?
He does.
I won't say it. You know, one thing about our society is that if a man commits offense in marriage, they don't even regard it as a serious issue. But a woman commits it, everybody will say, hey, atrocity, abomination, tofiakwa.
Can you lie to sustain your relationship?
It depends. It depends. If the relationship is worth it, why? I can tell a lie to sustain it, yes. It depends. Depends on the relationship.
What if you finally find out? What will happen?
Well, I guess that's my fate.
Can you tell me one of the lies you tell before?
Oh, please. Okay, the normal lie. Hello, where are you? And then you tell the person a place where you're not. And
I mean the one you lied, they caught you.
The one I lie, I told a lie and they caught me. I think that would be when I said, okay, when I said somebody was my friend and actually wasn't my friend. So
Yeah, that's it.
So in the end, what happened? How did you settle?
Well, everything flowed well because there wasn't anything serious going on. We were just talking, and then my boyfriend got to find out. And at first, I wanted to deny everything. You know, typical ladies. But then again, it's not worth it since there's nothing between me and the other person. He found out, but I clarified everything. So yeah.
Can you tell me one of the lies you tell and you were caught in the end?
One of the lie I told. Some of this lie like send me money, I will, or okay, send me your account number. You know you don't have that money at that moment. So and later at the day you didn't say it, you didn't say it. So that was just very common.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. Tell me one of the lies you tell that you think you cannot find us forever.
Okay, there's one of my friends. We met yesterday. She's married. She has been trying to get pregnant and she has not been able to conceive. So she just went to try outside. But she told me though, so I advised her to just try. Let us even know where this problem is coming from. So yes, as at yesterday she took him. So I'm coming from Gogolada now. So we went to take care of it. So her husband will not know forever and ever and ever.
Do you think so? Do you think so?
Yes.
What if the husband knows that he cannot pregnant the woman and you now?
Because the husband has refused to go for checkup to even find out what is going on. So as her friend, we advised her to just go and just do something about it. Let us even know where the problem is coming from.
So can you like to keep your relationship?
To an extent, yes.
If she caught you, what do you think will happen?
Honestly, I'm in such predicament now.
Can you tell us brief, just brief?
Actually, she just saw a text message on my phone and she was asking who's this person. I was just mute, I couldn't say anything.
So how do you think you handle this now?
Honestly, I don't know. I can't tell you.
So you want the relationship to die like that?
No, I'm not going to risk it. It won't.
Okay, but just brief, how do you think you can handle the situation? Okay, if she was one that lied now, what would you do?
To be frank, I'll take it personal. Yeah.
Will you forgive her?
I will, it's going to be hard.
Do you want her to forgive you now?
Of course I do.
But she will be hard to forgive her.
That's why I said it's all about the gender. It depends on how you, both male and female, handle such issues. That's just it.
I cannot sustain a relationship.
But can you tell lie? Even your relationship is going to want to die, and it's only lie that can sustain. Can you tell lie?
So if I know the relationship is going to die, and for me to tell lie to sustain it, I can't, because I'm not sure the lie will sustain the relationship. It's just for us to ask for the help of God in the relationship.
Can you tell me a lie you tell that we are caught in the end? Can you tell me one of them?
The lie I tell, and I was caught at the end. Okay, maybe there was a time I lied to my friend. That was my friend in the village. I'm in Abuja. So the first time I came to Abuja, I don't have a house where to stay. I was squatting with someone and sleeping outside at times. So, but if I called home, how far is work? Even by then, I've not even gotten a job. But I was telling them work is fine, everything is fine. I didn't know there's a time that one of my friends is coming from the village, and she asked that she'll come and stay before she go back. Thinking she thought that I have a house, because that is what I told her. Meanwhile, I've not even gotten a house. I was squatting with someone. So, and at the end, she discovered I lied. I didn't have a house, and.
So how did you feel at that moment?
I feel embarrassed. I feel okay. How I wish I would have told her the truth from the beginning.
Thank you very much. What's his name?
Blessing.
Well, honestly, there are some lies that are very, very necessary, you know, just to sustain your relationship. I can.
Can you tell me one of the lies you tell?
Well, I don't know, people cheat. So, I say,
Thank you, sir. What is your name?
My name is Nathan.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
I lied a couple of times.
Can you tell us one of the lies they caught you? She caught you.
Okay, if you want to talk about that, there was a time I was supposed to meet up with an appointment that I booked with a particular lady. And at a point in time, I was running around to fetch some money. But then at the end of the day, I was not able to realize the money. So I made a call telling her that had a call from my uncle that I need to see him urgently, and that was how I cancelled the appointment. But later on, I covered it up.
And she didn't cut you?
No, she did not. She believed me.
So that's why I say men lie more. What's your name?
Mr. Agaibe.
Thank you, sir.
Lie? Unlike my own husband, I'm lucky. He doesn't lie to me, so I know everything about him. Virtually everything.
I think you didn't lie?
Like several places I go to that I don't want him to know. Not like going to a man's house or something. I lie to him sometimes, but not all the time.
When you find out, what's he
get angry. He got angry, but later on he forgives. That's all.
What about him?
For him, I don't really know. He doesn't lie to me. He say everything about him. Even if he go out with another girl, he will tell me.
Huh?
All right, you've heard and you've seen for yourself from different people on the street if they can lie to save their relationship, and then if you've actually told a lie before to save your relationship. Victor, I don't know if I should ask you that.
But I haven't actually told a lie to save relationship. But I think I have to lie in a relationship, but not to save the relationship. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That is the much we can take on today's edition of Daybreak Africa on Television Nigerian. I'd like to say a very big thank you for being with us on the program, and hopefully by Monday we will be back again. Until we come your way again, my name is Elvis Oga, and I'm saying do have yourself a lovely Salah celebration.
And of course, we'll get to see you on Monday, but enjoy the rest of the weekend, most especially the Salah. And it happens that they say August 1st is World Girlfriend Day. When did that one happen? When did they create that particular day?
Like there are so many celebrations, and somebody was actually saying most of them are tilted towards the women. Like, you know how many times they celebrate Mother's Day
here, and now we are celebrating World Girlfriend Day.
And I saw one of my friends posted yesterday. They say August 1st is World Girlfriend Day. Do you have a boyfriend? Abi, you belong to God, no go shame us.
Well, so enjoy the rest of your weekend. Make the most of it, but enjoy responsibly. Be very conscious of all these COVID-19 precautions. Yeah, we need to stay safe, and just be safe. So for me, Victor Tehemba, it's a good bye and see you.
Welcome and thank you for watching Tunacheki, the best source of African lists, entertainment, pop culture and news. And in this video, Tunacheki takes you through the top 10 tribes in Africa that have best preserved their cultural practices. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe and hit the bell icon to support the channel. Number 10, the Wudabe. This tribe is found in Niger and Chad. They speak the Fula language and are a subgroup of the Fulani. The Wudabe translate to the people of the taboo, which is a reference to them being separated from the Fulani centuries ago. Number 9, the Tuareg. These tribes are found in Niger, Algeria, Libya, and Mali. The tribe practices Islam but have unique customs that differ them from others who practice the religion. The group speaks Arabic, Hausa, Takmesh as the main language. Number 8, the Pygmies. This group consists of tribes living in the rainforests in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the Central African Republic, as well as Rwanda. Pygmy tribe members are known to be very short and small. Number 7, the Maasai. One of the most well-known indigenous tribes in Africa, the Maasai are reported to have migrated from Sudan into Kenya and Tanzania. This group's lifestyle revolves around their cattle, as they consider cattle to be a sign of wealth and prestige. Number 6, the Karamojong. They are believed to have migrated from Ethiopia to Uganda, and their language has Nilo-Sahara traces, spoken in Uganda, South Sudan, and Kenya. They shun modern clothes and favor traditional clothing. Number 5, the Karo. The tribe occupies the lower Omo Valley in Ethiopia. They are known for their body art, which consists of a mixture of white chalk, yellow mineral rock, iron, and charcoal. They appear very unique and beautiful from all other tribes. Number 4. The Khoisan. Culturally, the Khoisan are divided into the San or the Bushmen and the pastoral Khoi. The Khoisan are the original inhabitants of southern Africa before the Bantu migration from the west and east of Africa. Number 3. The Dogon. These indigenous people of Mali are believed to be the descendants of the Egyptians. They are known for their vast astronomical knowledge as well as their masked dances, wooden sculptures, and architecture. Number 2. The Hadza. Living off the shore of Tanzania's Lake Nyasa, the Hadza are one of the last groups of hunters and gatherers in the world. They speak a distinctive clicking language which has led many people to believe they could be related to the Khoisan of southern Africa. Number 1. The Himba. The Himba resides in Namibia and Angola and have stuck to their traditions for centuries. At the moment, the tribe has about 30,000 to 50,000 members and are famous for their unique hairstyle and red ochre as they smear them all over their bodies to give them a nice, beautiful tint. Did you like our video?